All right, welcome to today's esports match, Barberton Esports sports fans. This is going to be the Overwatch match of Barberton High School versus Shaker Heights in Overwatch. First map here is Nomurorikon. We've got PineapleKing, which is Hunter Adair, Alec Wuethric on Sleepless. MangoChips over here is Modesty, Jett, Casteel. SaberWolf on tank is going to be Kamlyn, Holmes. Going invis here is Gnome, which is Jamont Shaver. And we've got Yi on healer over here for, that's Mikey Brown on our very own Ana. So, heading out. Let's see. Shaker Heights is a pretty powerful team. Last season in the fall, Shaker Heights managed to wipe Barberton 3-0. Barberton did not even get a single tick on any single map, and the whole map was done in under, all three maps were done in under 30 minutes. It was a very, very fast roll, and we're hoping that Barberton can hold. They had a rough first game of the season, first match of the season against Worthington Kilbourne, which really just kind of took it out of them, but let's see how Barberton can do against this team. Kind of a big boss, final boss nemesis from a previous season. Really rough to go into match 2 from there, but we'll see. It looks like Gnome is up forward scouting on our Sombra here. Barberton sees that they're coming with that kind of forward push, and rather than holding in the courtyard and getting sniped, they pull back wisely to hide together here and fight it out. Looks like we might lose Echo. Oh, never mind.
Ooh. Sombra gets out narrowly.
Looks like they're fighting it out over here. Brawling. On the way in toward the bell. Building up some good hits on the fire strike. Oh, we lose Sleepless, though. Can we get a res off from our Mercy? No. Is it even safe to do so right now? Fighting it out. Lots of value coming down from this lamp here. Oh, looks like Barberton's going to have to give up this first point. Hope we're not going to see a repeat of previous seasons here. I think they've wisely decided not to throw any lives away here on that point and are instead regrouping to play here on the second point of Nomurorikon.
Looks like Barberton setting up on that top high ground right there.
They called out where they're going to be. They're hopefully going to be fighting for this. Really good calls. You can see that's a lot of what the Sombra's doing now is scouting things out as they get ready to hold. Nice picks by Yi. Beautiful. Barberton brawling it out through here. I really need to... Let me jump in on Sleepless here if I can. Oops, wrong team. Let's look at Gnome here. Oh, he's going in. Trying to clean up the last little bit here. Is he going to be able to get out? Yeah, he's getting out. Nice mobility there. Looks like they are still going for the chase. As he had to back out, the rest of the team went in to go for the kill there. Beautiful. Oh, that is one low. Zarya. Oh, they managed to get her from the McCree.
Nice.
Good snipe there. They even waste an ultimate? What? Oh, they're fighting in here. What? Let's roll that back for a second. Hang on. We were so excited in the chase down. What was going on there? So there's the pick. And it looks like they're trying to get a back cap here as Barberton's pulled forward, but they quickly rotate over and say, none of that today, and manage to take down the people trying to get the back cap in. I think that Shaker Heights is underestimating Barberton High School a little bit here.
Absolutely. I don't know what they were thinking for that to have worked in their own minds. I don't know.
Perhaps their team thought that they were going so deep for the Zarya that they just weren't paying attention to their back line, or maybe just trying to get an early tick. Hard to say. Look, brawling it out here. Fight over on the right side between Tracer and Sombra.
Already picked.
Ooh, nice.
Sombra is present, already back on the high ground. 2 picks. 3.
They're going to chase it for more. Just kind of trading from afar here. Electing not to go down and chase for more here. Barberton, after picking the tank, look at this conservation of ultimates on Barberton. They've got almost everyone with an ult. Haven't had to pop anything yet in this defense against Shaker Heights. That's looking really, really promising.
Hopefully they spread out their ult usage and don't use it all in one fight.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Meanwhile,
Sombra ulti would be good here to kind of break the fight up. Looks like Sombra goes in, throws the ultimate. Their team is vulnerable now, and in this little death hallway, Barberton's pushing in. Well, they got some picks, though.
Ooh. They're only down 1 right now. Oh,
Nano on the Rhine, but he comes down off the top. No more value from him.
They're the high ground. They're giving it up.
Coming up from behind. Right from downtown. Can they take this enemy Rhine down? Yes.
Kick.
Barberton brawling it out now. Grab coming out from the enemy Zarya, but what value is it going to get? They're just going to be looking at us all clumped together in a big group hug. No value, no value. They're maybe stalling it out a bit. Have they still not taken down that Zarya? Barberton forces him back. Took a little longer than we would have liked, but at the same time, Barberton still has the ultimate economy to go into this next fight. Though they need to be careful. Looks like it's going to be about an equal economy of ultimates here, as the enemy Rhine is just about charged on their ultimate. Barberton trading here, just kind of chucking. Not maybe not trading, but sorry. Shaker Heights moving in. Barberton going in for the shatter, maybe? Oh, grab coming down, but really not catching too many. Beat coming out, maybe a little early from. Oh, whiff of that shatter. Really not hitting anything. PineapleKing getting a little bit of value out of his ulti. But unfortunately, a lot of Barbertons just did not connect in that last push there. I don't know if the team was split or what, but it looks like this might be Shaker Heights' point here. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon.
The Sleepless know the spot.
Yeah, they're trying to stall out. Pineapple gets picked down again. Sleepless trying to buy time. Yi sitting on point. Bubbled by our Zarya. Nice bubble from Cam on that. This last point, unfortunately, Barberton was unable to get that. They really looked like they had that, and unfortunately, it just fell apart on that last push from Shaker Heights. They really were able to sort of disjoint the Barberton team, and we had a couple misplays there that when you're playing at this high of a level, those small mistakes that normally might, sneak by in a quick play just aren't going to fly in the face of a more experienced team like Shaker Heights.
I'm not sure what you mean by unfortunately, Barberton was able to hold until Shaker Heights only really had 2 minutes on the clock to be able to defend in the third and fourth rounds. Oh, no,
absolutely. Barberton definitely made a good showing out of that match. Got a lot of time back from Shaker Heights after the first point fell a little, much more quickly. They held that last point very well. It's just unfortunate. I think they could have held a little bit longer, but still. Let's see if they can come back on the offense.
Got a Brian Zarya going on here. Oh, Monkey. Are they going dive?
I don't know. Monkey's definitely going to be a part of the dive comp if that's what they're going. I think they're definitely strategizing. We usually... I recall this game since, as being the coach, I'm privy to a lot of their conversations during the matches, and they were really talking about exactly how they were going to roll out for this first point here. So let's see what it looks like here. Now they've got the... it looks like they're going right side here. They've got some value here on, what is it, the teleporter. Oh, they're protecting the teleporter. They go in deep.
Going aggro here.
Yeah, really deep. Teleporting right in, fighting it out. Pineapple gets a pick.
Up a little bit.
Pineapple gets another.
Picks already. Pineapple's fully charged.
They're picking them off left and right. They are just in pieces.
They're up 3. Oh man!
At this point, what's Shaker Heights going to do? They've got a BAP up here who might try to stall the clock out, but I think that he knows that this first point is lost, and this is Barberton territory now. He needs to get out of here.
What a stomp!
And Zen over the edge with the hammer swing. Now let's see how Barberton moves on to this next point here. Looks like they're going left. They're going to use the teleporter again. Shaker Heights does not seem ready for this. They're setting up for a left. They're waiting for Barberton to come around the corner here. But Barberton is already in their backyard. Will they drop? Oh, ice wall.
Walled off.
Sleepless rolling out on his own. Can he survive? Yes, nice.
Gets the nano.
Lamp coming down. Nano out. Brawling away. Oh, hammer connects with one. Is it going to be enough for Barberton to finish this off here and get this point?
In the back line, an Ana v Zen duel is barely clutched out by Yi. I'm not sure if you saw that, but that was amazing.
We're going to roll it back, take a look, because right now Barberton is pushing in hard. This Zen stalling it out. Can they finish off the Zen and then get the point?
Absolutely they can.
Oh, the Ryan comes in.
Ryan's charging in.
Oh, you went too far. Doomfist, can he hold?
No, he can't.
No, this is Barberton putting 5 minutes on the clock.
Oh, man.
That's a thing of beauty right there. I want to go back and see that duel you were talking about before we move on. Hold on, let me roll it back a little bit further and drop this to half speed. I want to see this duel you're talking about with Yi over here. Oh, Yi dueled it out with the Doomfist?
Where is their Zen at? Oh no, it was a Doom. It wasn't a Zen. Whoa, wait. Oh, this was earlier than that.
Nice box coming out, charged out of the ice, fortify on the Orisa. Everyone using their skills to the greatest impact here.
I think the Zen duel may have been a bit. Oh, might be right here. No, it was
a little bit earlier. I'll roll it back a bit more. I could watch Barberton stomp Shaker Heights every day.
I believe it was right there actually.
This is when they're first pushing in here. The team gets blocked off. A beautiful nano coming out from Yi, I remember, to save Sleepless and keep him in this fight. Pineapple and Alec, Sleepless here, in deep. Just really scary here for the moment. But that nano coming out as well as the lamp to guarantee the safety of the team.
Let's watch Yi here, because I believe this is
where Yi here going around.
Going into full Mortal Kombat.
The two, oh, there they go into Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat! Just taking the duel while the rest of the team fights it out. And then after that, he had to contend with the Doomfist. Nice. Got a good slam down. What a fight.
Surviving with like 2 HP there. That was amazing. What a team fight.
And then, way to go on when this snowstorm comes down, Orisa pops her Fortify. Sleepless charges right out. Mango's here to support with the box. Just flawless execution from Barberton. Great plan, and just honestly, I don't think Shaker Heights stood a chance right there.
Very good game sense from Cam right there.
It's like Barberton is on a whole different level from what we were seeing last week. This is.
Are these even the same players?
They definitely took the lessons from last week to heart and have made some major improvements. Maybe it's just shaking off those first game of the season jitters. They've got 5 minutes on the clock here. Well, let's take a look.
I hope Barberton doesn't get too confident here.
Well, now they're going to be on the, what is it, the defensive, I believe?
I believe so.
All right, so then we're going to have Shaker Heights now trying to push in and see how far they can make it, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Nope, yeah, Barberton's going to be on the defense here again. They had a hard time holding last time. I mean, I don't say a hard time. They definitely held last time for quite a while on the second point, but Shaker was able to get through. So perhaps if Barberton can shut down their defense here, they'll have 5 minutes on the clock to get from that first point to just a single tick over here if Barberton can shut them out totally. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see what Shaker Heights brings to the table. Because by no means is Barberton going to have an easy time with it. Shaker Heights is certainly a powerful team to contend with in Overwatch here for esports.
Do you think they might be anticipating an asymmetric teleporter to the point like there was in the previous attack round?
Definitely feels like it. They definitely have an eye on this high ground, not really playing down the central pass this time. Though it looks like we're not seeing the symmetric teleporter. It looks like they're just going to be going left side this time, or rather the right for them, but the left for us.
He's isolated.
Oh, nice pick from Yi.
Ooh.
Nice pick from Yi again.
Yeah.
They lost a support and one of their main DPS, and now they're just trapped in a box. A box of hurt where they're going to have to wait for their team to come back to them, because as soon as they leave, they're going to be spammed down by Junkrat, by Symmetra, by Fire Strikes. They're trapped like rats. They're trying to peek out a little bit, get some information for their team.
Pressure coming from Barberton.
Oh, already getting some picks there. Looks like the enemy may builds up an ice wall to get through. Smart move by their part. Jamont Shaver throwing some bombs in.
Taking the high ground.
Weird fight. You really don't usually see the offense coming from this angle on this point. Battling it out, waiting to see who gets the first pick. Nice purple coming out. Oh, we lose. Gnome. Sleepless trades back for their DPS, though.
No ML from Shaker Heights. Oh, 44. Ooh, 45. Sorry, 34.
Tough, tough, tough.
Oh,
SaberWolf getting focused down here, frozen, and she is not going to be able to hold on.
Yeah. No longer winnable for Barberton. I believe Shaker Heights is going to get 30 seconds extra upon this point take, so they'll have almost...
Oh, Barberton coming to stall it.
Oh, extra stall time.
Even gets a pick here. I think Barberton decided that it's worth adding this extra time to the clock. They know they're not going to be able to prevent the point from being taken at this point by staggering in, but they know that every second they count is better for them. Oh, interesting placement of the ult here. I believe, if I remember, this was not an intentional ultimate by Hunter Adair. But they've dropped the wall to try to stop any more reinforcements from touching this point. But we've got Mango holding as hard as she can.
At this point, there really isn't much point in Barberton trying to stall further, as they can't keep it up in the long run. It was only really viable to mitigate as many seconds as they can from that first point. But now
30 seconds.
There was no
Can
point.
they hold?
Make that 15, because here comes Shaker Heights with 15 seconds on the clock. That
Got the yeah, that box down is going to be tough. They
Ooh,
wall it off.
Several ultimates coming from Shaker Heights.
Oh, they're throwing everything. Huge shatter coming down from Alec. Nanoed on top of it. Everyone coming down, throwing everything they can. Barberton is trying to get the points here.
Alex picked off.
But they're getting eliminated.
Yi and Symmetra.
Might be Shaker Heights' point, but Barberton's got 5 minutes to get here if they can't stop them. Oh, maybe I'm speaking too soon, though. Barberton has spawn advantage. They need to get rid of these healers that are just sustaining Shaker Heights' team. Got the wall down. Stop any spam onto the point. Saber dropping to try to keep the Shaker Heights team from capping, but oh, they've managed to take it. Couldn't hold it off for that last 30 seconds, but hey, Barberton's got 5 minutes on the clock here. That's a lot of time to make some plays. And we saw Barberton, I mean, they got that 5 minutes by rolling over Shaker Heights with the Barberton offense last time. So if they can replicate that success, this should be over in no time. And if not, they've got a lot of time to re-strategize, rethink, and plan their method of attack here. Thoughts on that last game? I think they played really, really smart out of Barberton.
This is such a drastic improvement from their first game of the season.
All right, Barberton fans. Sorry, we had a technical issue, so we had to reset here. No big loss. We're just getting right to the rollout here for the final push from Barberton on offense here. Looks like they're trying to replicate the strategy they saw in the success in the first time. They want to get that teleporter out and get through it, but unfortunately it looks like, oh, the teleporter is up, but not everybody made it through. We've got Sleepless and Pineapple on the other side, while this part of Barberton's team was left to be just slapped down. I think one thing, I don't know if they'll notice or not, last time they had an Orisa 2 to double shield up the teleporter to make sure it was safe, but this time, as soon as they lose their big rectangle man, it's open season for anybody behind them. So perhaps if they swap up the tank heroes, they can try that, or maybe a different strat altogether. We don't need to do the same thing every game, but it was rather effective last time. Gnome taking some peeks. After that offense and the defensive hold, Shaker Heights is taking Barberton much more seriously than the first round, that's for sure. Gnome dropping in the back. Same thing, the teleporter off again, I believe, from the Symmetra. But Symmetra is fighting on the bell alone. All right. Looks like they're trying to focus down the Echo. They need to get out of here, though. All right, let's see. Taking some peeks here, but need to be careful. Shaker Heights is a team that can capitalize on anyone out of position. We've seen them do it before in previous seasons. Looks like they're trying to go for the top corner here. Oh, we got the Orisa now for more shields. Barberton getting ready to move in here. Trying to move around, but taking a lot of fire going into that small space there. All right. Rolling it out here. We lose Gnome right away, though. With that ice wall, isolating the team, splitting them in half. losing the main tank of Alec here. We've got a nice Echo ult out here, but most of Barberton's not available to make any plays out of here. Ooh, nice ult, but where's going to be the follow-up? It's getting some value, but unfortunately not enough.
Oh.
There's no one here from Barberton to capitalize on that. But there were a few picks.
Shaker Heights is doing an excellent job of fundamentally isolating two distinct halves of Barberton's team.
Yeah, and they've realized that when Barberton's together, they're a powerhouse. But they're doing just like what any good Overwatch team will try to do: isolate targets, split up that team-based gameplay, and then make something that used to be a 6v6 into a 6v3. Or even less. Nice split here. Well, I wish it was more the other orientation, perpendicular to this, so that they could have split the bell in half and walked from one side to the other. But not a terrible one. Did that get blocked? What a bummer.
A lot of space.
Nice lamp to hold Barberton together in that moment, but they're not able to continue the pressure here. The clock is ticking down, and Barberton's 5-minute lead is starting to disappear. They're going to need to get this first point soon in the next minute and a half. And if they're not careful, they'll run out of time before they can even worry about the second point. I thought that last push might have been it. Do you think that the Symmetra shield should have maybe been oriented a different direction, but perhaps perpendicular to that?
To be honest, I feel like if it was really any further, it would have ended up being behind Shaker Heights, and they wouldn't have really had any reason to pull back other than maybe get within range at the Ana.
I understand. Oh, Ice Wall coming out again, splitting the team. This May's doing tremendous work for them. Splitting Barberton up again and again and again. Barberton just needs to get out of the way here. If they keep letting themselves get picked, it's just going to stall the clock. And Barberton needs all the time that they've got to get this final point. Those couple picks are going to be rough, but Barberton can do it. They have a little bit of charge on the point, but it's gone. Looks like Hammond was in the back there, building charge, trying to backcap, forcing the pressure off of Barberton. We've got Alec coming back out. I was wondering why they backed off so hard there. It's because we had our Hamster in. But Hamster's frozen back on point as the rest of Barberton tries to push through. They simply don't have the presence to take this space. They're going to need to go on this point, though. They've only got 5 seconds left. Spin to win, perhaps, from Barberton, and the ball. High Noon coming out. Ooh. Pick on Yi there, and the ball goes down. Celebratory ulti. Oh, no, it looks like Pineapple's still here fighting it out. He goes down. Anyone else get a chance to touch this point? And no, that's all right, though.
Shaker Heights gets down, but to be honest, Barberton put up a huge fight there, a lot more than what was actually expected going in.
It was tremendous, and you know, I'm going to link in the description of this video the previous season's match against Shaker Heights, and you'll see that, you know, this was just a 20-minute game for the first map. Last season, I don't know if all three separate maps were more than 20 minutes against Shaker Heights. There's tremendous growth from Barberton, and we could still see a win today. This is not the game that perhaps Shaker Heights thought they were going to get against Barberton. This is going to be a battle for every single map, and Barberton is going to attempt to take it in the next few games. So we'll join you again here once we make the switch over to the next replay. See you soon. All right, Barberton fans, we're going to be coming back here for the second map of the series, Shaker Heights versus Barberton in Overwatch for our esports teams. We've got just about the same lineup as last time. One small change is instead of Cam Holmes on tank, we now have moved Jamont over to tank. He's on the Zarya, and Cam is out for this match. We've moved Mikey, who is Yi, onto DPS, and Alivia Hempf is in on support now. So actually, I guess several changes as far as new players in the game, just the one, but as far as the who's playing what role, that's swapped a bit. Early fire strike forward up from Alec. Sleepless. Trying to get some early charge.
Early
We got
pick.
about 30%.
Can't
Team's
argue
rotating
that.
over. Getting ready to hold over here.
Med turret immediately going down.
Ooh, looks like Pineapple gets a pick, but there's some fighting in the background here. It looks like the Echo dove deep for MangoChips, one of our best support players here. But Barberton quickly eliminates the threats, but they may or may not realize it, though. This Echo is still hiding in the back lines, waiting for her team to get some picks. I don't know if they have anyone who can really go up there and contest them at this moment.
We have a slippery little fake back there.
As the Echo had disappeared, oh, she's hiding on the sides. Now putting some pressure on, revealing her position as her team is now back in place. Barberton brawling out. Mercy up here supporting their Echo in the backlines, empowering those picks. And you can see Alivia picked on a little bit. She's still up. Barberton holding pretty strong here. But they've got to watch out for those backline plays. Enemy team, their players, that Echo Mayhem has definitely been a thorn in their side so far this game. I believe they were on, Mayhem was on support last game, but they've switched them over to DPS, perhaps in an attempt to combat Barberton's strength. 'Cause they really gave it to him last match. Weren't able to pick up the win, but let's get back in this game though as they fight. Big grab coming out, putting all of Barberton in a
huge shatter.
I was going to say a great position until that slam came down.
That was a really good immortality kill right there.
Yeah, it was.
Shatter, but nothing comes out of it. Ryan back into Echo.
Ooh, nice ulti out of Yi here with the visor alongside
He's very low.
the barrier. Oh, McCree coming out. Drops 2 players and gets the first point here.
That was a very close first point fight, to be honest, but in the end, Barberton ended up having to, well, straight up just die and give up the first point to Shaker Heights.
Yeah, Mayhem, the enemy Echo, really got a lot of value out of that shatter they dropped. And they switched over to a Tracer now. That player must favor those kind of more mobile, aggressive characters when they're on DPS. Oh no, oh no! Uh-oh, looks like our Mercy went over the top. Might mean Barberton's going to have to give a bit of space here as they wait to regroup. It happens. Hook comes out, does not connect. Sleepless up a little too far alone, and it looks like Barberton here losing a lot of space as they've got the slow push coming from the supports on the backline of Shaker Heights. Barberton brawling it out in here a little bit with the Zarya as Shaker Heights continues to push this cart. MangoChips must have been terribly out of position. Looks like she got picked all the way up here in the castle. Don't know how that happened.
Oh.
Perhaps peeking a little too early. Fight over here between Sleepless being supported by the Mercy, but it is not enough as Shaker Heights is combating everything Barberton has to throw at them right now. This second point fell much, much quicker than the first. First was a pretty solid hold, but right now it looks like Barberton just sort of trickling in right now. Not as coordinated as they were on the first point.
There almost wasn't even like a noticeable, like full-on team fight during the second point retreat phase. Really.
Maybe a little shaken after losing that first point. Hard to regroup. Not sure.
Tracer behind.
Tracer behind indeed.
Throws out our ultimate.
Oh, huge shatter coming out from Shaker Heights. Nice lamp coming down. Yi popping the ult, trying to get some value here, but purpled, they are not going anywhere. Looks like Barberton, pretty quick third point as well. First point was a very solid hold. Second and third, not able to regroup quite as well here. So we'll see what Barberton can bring to the table on offense now, and see if they can get it done quicker, or at the very least, get that third point and push this to another set of rounds.
Hopefully, Barberton's attack on Eichenwald is a lot better than the first game. In the first game, they had a lot of issue pushing past that first choke, especially with the Rhine. The Rhine would go through, the shield would just be broken.
Depends though. Their very first offense was quite smooth, so it really depends. We want to see more like that first, not the second offense.
Well,
Wonder what their plan is coming out of here. I know. I remember Pineapple here on the Genji was saying, I'm looking for those fire strikes from that enemy Rhine, because it's very common, at least we've seen this in at least a couple of our matches, that enemy Rhines will come out, throw a quick fire strike, hopefully it hit everybody as they're walking out of spawn, get a nice fat set to stack a charge for their ultimate for that early shatter. So we'll see if they manage to get some reflex out here, perhaps. Did the enemy Hanzo throw his sort of scouting arrow to see what the enemy, what Barberton had already?
There it is. There it is. Okay.
Oh, we don't have any. They're just hucking stuff over the top here. Fire strike comes out. Looks like it's reflected.
There it is.
He was ready for it. Barberton getting ready to push in here.
That shield isn't going to last that long, unfortunately.
We got a second barrier up there. Nice fire strike.
Ooh, nice pick.
We got from Gnome. Barberton pushing in. Can they get any more picks here? They have one.
That was very good restraint on the part of PineapleKing. I know in previous games he had an issue with getting
another fire strike. Oh, big kill.
Ooh.
They don't have anybody to res with either, so it looks like this first point is going to fall to Barberton pretty quickly here if they can just finish off the remaining people here.
Shaker Heights is falling into pieces here.
Without their tanks, they don't have anything. Quick point for Barberton.
Quick work.
Very clean.
Quick and clean.
Clean and quick. Up a little far here.
Up a little far, yeah.
Sleepless really pushing up, hoping that no one comes to...
hopefully he knows when to run away, like right now.
When to run away might have been a few moments ago. Looks like he manages to survive, though.
Sorry on the high ground.
That was a close one.
Down, pulling back.
Ooh. Looks like the dragon just came for a visit. He didn't pick anybody. Oh, though we do have the McCree get a pick on one of the Barberton supports. Second pick on PineapleKing. And it might be time for Barberton to take a step back here. Oh, nothing on that. Oh, Yi looks like he was going up for some picks around the back, but as the team was pushing up here, unfortunately, nice flanking position, but he's got visors, hoping maybe make a good play there. But looks like he's going to get scouted out pretty quickly here by Shaker Heights. The enemy Ana probably called it out. So now Barberton is entering into this fight already with a 5v6. It's going to be a little bit tough here.
Already has a high ground advantage with McCree with a shield.
Yeah, that Cree up top is not going to be easy to walk past. Nice. Oh, he got stunned out of it again.
That was a very flashy play from McCree. That would be something to really look at. He
bit of a waste of a shatter there on the part of, like, I think they're going a little ult crazy on Shaker Heights. We know they've stopped Barberton's push for the moment, but that does not mean that they need to waste all of their ultimates. Though, hey, waste them all day. Barberton now has much better ult economy and should be able to get this next point, hopefully. However, Barberton's not all together right now. They're pushing up with just 3, and we've got plenty of time on the clock. No reason to put ourselves in a disadvantageous position. Blade coming out from Pineapple, getting a pick on Mayhem. Nice.
Purple.
A lot of ults coming out from Barberton to secure this point. They are making sure that they keep putting time on that clock. We used the Moira ult, we used the Genji ult, and we also had, ooh, Dragon coming out. Once again, just tickling Barberton, not really getting any picks.
Both teams are...
nice. Looks like there's still some fighting of members of Shaker Heights. Whoa, what happened to that guy? Looks like he had a
hard reset.
Yeah, either hard reset, you know. Watch out for that first left. It's a real Lulu, as they say in Looney Tunes. Can Barberton
and is very low.
Make it around this corner? They have to watch out. They've got the beat, though, on Mango. Are they going to try to beat in for this?
They're going to wait.
Oh, they used the beat to hold here. Oh my God.
Enough. That was a clean sweep.
That was
McCree.
Did they just run out of shield, or did it actually burst down the shield and blast the players? I mean,
I would honestly think, I believe, with McCree's ultimate, it does an absurd amount of damage to players alone. And if the shield's taken forward, those blasts, it just won't hold that amount.
Oh, so many players were behind the shield that the shield just couldn't sustain all the blasts.
At the same time,
probably looking at the whole team there.
That the shots went off.
Ooh, down goes Gnome.
Ooh.
Rolling it out here. That Rhine's up way too far. But they're getting picked in the back here by Mayhem again.
Look at all these ultimates.
That Tracer's getting a lot of value. I think that for Barberton, that's one of the players on Shaker Heights that's giving them the biggest runaround is this Tracer. Perhaps I'm misreading it, though. Seems like they've gotten a lot of value out of that player.
Tracer is being a very large annoyance in Barberton's back line.
With something like Tracer, or any flanking hero, Echo, Tracer, whoever it might be, really the team has to coordinate to turn and counter that hero when they show up. Big pick by Yi.
Ultimate. Oh, stunned out of it again.
Yeah. Very painful. Sleepless has had 2 ults now. Stunned out before he can complete it. So it sounds like Shaker Heights really has Sleepless's number here.
McCree is also doing very well also.
Yeah. I don't know if he's just playing the shields well or if Barberton's not holding the shields up in the right spot. That McCree has been getting some serious picks.
Now that I'm thinking about it, both their Rhine and their McCree are both doing a huge number on Barberton. Albeit the Rhine may be a bit greedy, he's still doing a lot for their team. Resetting here.
Oh, missed the hook there. Close one, though.
2 minutes for Barberton left.
They can get this. Throwing out the ult here. Looks like they're just trying to get a pick on anyone they can. Trade for supports. Yi picking up another kill. Gnome going deep, trying to get this Rhine. Nice. They've got a lot of kills here.
He's been aggressive.
Battle in the back, though, cutting off. Looks like Mayhem is cutting off all support to these 3 heroes here. Can they push it, though?
Oh, high ground noon. Super high noon.
Once again, the triple. I don't know if that shield broke again as before or if it just fell down at the wrong moment, but they were unable to defend there. That looked like that might have been Barberton's point there otherwise, or at least forcing the team back. While that was going on, I know there was a battle back here with that Tracer again. Shaker Heights, one thing I can say that they do very well that has been the biggest issue so far is they are so good at just splitting Barberton up. And that's been their strength. Looks like Barberton's beating in to try to get in. Slam comes down, but doesn't connect to too many on Barberton. They respond with their own beat on Shaker Heights. They're throwing all the ultimates out here. But Barberton might be able to get one more push out. Barberton's got 2 ults they can play off of here. Will they be able to get to this point? Gotta watch they don't get picked here. Very dangerous to show your face without your tanks right now. But Barberton might not have a choice. They might need to just rush in as best they can. Sleep coming out, unfortunately, to slow down our Lucio. So he's taking a nap. Gnome gets a nice pick on the support. Yi taking out that Tracer. Finally. Kenma ulting in. Very nice. Keeping Barberton up. Heals coming out. This looks like it might be Barberton's. Can they force it to overtime? Or force it through the overtime? Ooh, big shatter coming out. But Barberton still calling out targets, focusing down the Rhine. Getting down this McCree. He gets, he just barely got it off. So, Yi gets a big pick here. All that's left of this Ana. Can they clear her out? And they got Mayhem on the Tracer. Shaker Heights is starting to get support back. That ult comes down. Kenma's trying to hold it last second. That's rough. I don't know if there's anything they could have done there. Slept and beaten down.
Forcing it.
They forced it. They took some smart fights there at the last second. I thought Barberton had it. But once again, forcing the enemy team to really work for every single second, every single point there. I think Barberton can bring it back we'll have to wait and see, of course. We got one more match. Is there anything you wanted to take a look at from this particular map before we move on to the third game of the series here?
That last point where the team was separated into two halves, one dealing with the tracer in the back line, and the other one pushing the cart. I want to see what the tracer or what all was happening with the tracer in the back line during that point.
Sure, let's take a look at that. I'm trying to find out exactly where that was. I believe it's right here. So Gnome and them are oops, sorry about that. Gnome and them are pushing forward, and while that's going on,
we have a sneaky little tracer in the back line.
If I'm not mistaken, this is, sorry, I went a little too. This is right before that. So let's roll it back a bit. So this is where Sleepless, Gnome, and Alivia on kenmaspsp move in. While that's going on, this battle behind is still taking place. Mayhem getting these picks, and then we've got Mango coming out to battle with them a little bit. She thinks about going in to assist, but instead is like, well, there's this tracer back here.
The health back.
And they get held up by, once again, Mayhem making so much space, holding up, so much of the enemy team, or so much of Barberton, while the team was split there. That was a lot of value from one hero.
Absolutely. That tracer was doing her job extremely well.
And I don't know if Barberton, if maybe, if we roll back a little bit, if when Barberton was first coming in on this point, if Sleepless, Kenma, and Gnome had turned around, they might have been able to, look, they were even in the trap. They probably could have taken this tracer down, then had a lot more support moving forward into this push here. Now, would that have made the difference? It's hard to say. One particular moment never really makes or breaks the entire Overwatch game. It's not a game of seconds, but a game of minutes. But, those small moments do add up over time, and that might have been enough to tip the column in Barberton's favor. Hard to say. Let's go on to the third match now and see if Barberton can, the third game of the series, and see if Barberton can bring it back and recover this series. They've been very close this entire time. This has been in no means a shutout by any amount. We're doing quite well here. Let's come back with game 3. Alrighty, hello everybody. It's been a couple minutes for me and assistant coach Ethan, but we are back probably instantaneously for you with the third game in the series here. Shaker Heights versus Barberton. Barberton is right now on defense on Hollywood, taking a nice high ground position here. Get ready to trade some blows.
Have a shield.
Tracer coming around the back. Looks like they've got a monkey jumping up, but they are rebuffed.
Denied.
Yep. Monkey denied. No banana for you.
Is that Zarya going up on high ground? What is that? Or is that a...
No, it's May.
It's a May. Wow.
They love that May. We've got Mayhem, speaking of, on the Tracer again.
May get the take on the Echo. We lose Ryan too.
There's on Echo. Trying to keep Yi up. Lots of trades back and forth here.
But
I think that Barberton's getting the short end of the stick here. Most of their healers are just not able to keep up with the damage output coming out from Shaker Heights here. Rough first point. Barberton deciding to not try to put any more time on the clock here and get ready to set up for the second point. Hear them trading some blows here. Rez on Yi. Oh, it looks like the Tracer is forcing everyone to turn around, which turn around and just leads them away from the point at the moment. Widow up top also. Trying to snipe, and looks like we're having a bit of a Widow battle here. Yi gets a nice kill off. Oh, low ground Widow, what is that? It looks like they're getting value is what it is, I suppose. Tracer in the back line, no one turning around on them just quite yet. Pineapple looking to get a stun off on them, hopefully. I think that's probably why they're on the Kree, to try to combat this Tracer a bit more. Barberton brawling it out here, trying to hold. Big shatter coming down. Are they going to be able to capitalize on this?
Where's that Widow at? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll be Barberton's Widow. I see now.
Our Widow making a couple good plays here.
Purple Lucy.
Dangerous res coming out, but it looks like it's going to pay off here. Alec is brought back to life.
He reses how might I help you? Okay.
Nice mayhem finally brought
picks.
down by PineapleKing and Yi. Barberton manages to hold here. Oh, we do lose SaberWolf, unfortunately, to the enemy sniper. That Widowmaker living up to her name.
Pick on the Widowmaker from Gnome.
Gnome's gonna win this Widow
brawl
battle every
going on
time
here.
if they get a look at each other. But the question is who sees who first. A
Nano
lot of
runs
ults
angry
coming
monkey.
out from Shaker Heights. They need to use them to push through Barberton here, and
German
it looks like they're
versus
succeeding with
Ape
this push.
1v1 in the back line. Dang, the Ape wins. And
Gnome going
Widow's
down here.
team
Not
has
much
the
Widow
high
can
ground.
do once she's the primary focus of the enemy team. Barberton getting ready to hold for our third point here.
Barberton's getting hit pretty hard here. They don't have to get
Yep.
a full regroup and if they want to stabilize themselves. Otherwise, the momentum is going to keep going on. keep
Rough
rolling.
one over here.
Ooh, snowballing.
They're taking a 3v6 and then another 3v6 back to back. They've got to play a bit smarter here.
Could we just pause for 1 moment and go back to our Rhine?
Our Ryan? Sure, I'll even go ahead and look at their perspective here. And let's unpause it.
Because Rhine has given up all hope.
I wonder, there's no junk right? They weren't trapped or anything.
He was probably just going for a tactical reset there.
Probably either that or maybe there was some kind of technical issue. That definitely seems strange if it wasn't for a tactical reset. I think he realized that he was up by himself and all he was going to do is stagger if he kept going for it. Barberton's staggering themselves a little bit here. They need to watch showing up here and set back up together.
Position.
Mayhem getting a pickoff on Yi.
Nice super jump. Tracer's on the high ground.
Big shatter coming down.
Good positioning from the Tracer. Barberton just can't hold it. Their enemy DPS are taking really good use of high ground and positioning.
Yeah, getting these flanks in. Our own Tracer trying to make it happen, stalling out the point here. Barberton comes out to battle it out. Are they going to stop it? Nice, nice. Watch that enemy sniper, though. Good bomb from PineapleKing. Sleepless gets a good hook, removing that Tracer from the equation.
Classic brawl in the cart.
Yeah, it looks like Barberton's resetting here
Sleepless.
pretty nicely. Can they get rid of this? There we go.
Finally stabilized.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a scary one there for a moment, but looks like they've got a chance to reset here. Sleepless going up, looking for these hooks. Oops, as I look at a piece of wood. Looking for these hooks on this Tracer. If they can just grab them, then they can just bash them into nothing. Tracer's a terribly squishy hero if you can get your hands on him. Monkey going in first. Unfortunately, Barberton not able to break down that Zarya shield on her, or on him, the monkey. We lose Saber to a bomb. Brawling it out against Saber. Looks like, oh, the res almost goes off, and then Mercy takes a big old nap from that Ana dart. Hunter trying to hold the cart for a little bit longer. Yi as well. Smashing it out. Trying their very best. Get the CC where they can. Nice bongo coming down. Are they going to put any resources into blowing up that bongo or just let it boost up Barberton's team? Looks like it's Mayhem once again on the other side. Dropping down. That very...
Finally punishing. Oh! Unfortunately.
Oh, right in the middle of the ultimate. Once again, trying to get the res off. Can't quite seem to hold it. Can they get anyone to touch? Yes. Yi trying to make the value, but unfortunately, one player cannot hold V4. At least not one that is quite so soft.
Dang. That was a very, very big snowball from all the way coming from that first point.
Yeah, but I think Barberton did a great job holding after they were able to push back in the beginning. But then it just came down to really nice use of the sleeps from Shaker Heights, as well as getting value from the Tracer. A lot of time coming up from the high ground, dropping down, doing a little bit of damage, then backing out. It was definitely a little bit of cat and mouse going on. And I think Barberton finally started to really give that Tracer a bit more respect and target them a bit more near the end of that game. Let's see if they can get around them now on the offense. If they even stay Tracer. It looks like they are at the moment.
He hasn't picked his hero. MangoChips. Oh, Mango goes Baptiste. But they'll be switching things up a bit.
Well, I know they're definitely talking strategy. Might not seem like it to those not familiar with Overwatch, you just see everybody running around. Usually it's just something you mindlessly do while you're talking, just so that you're not sitting there perfectly still. It's just always good to be in the habit of moving in Overwatch.
Well, at the same time, they could also always be watching the windows to make sure in case anybody peeks.
Wow, purple from downtown.
Ooh, that was a very big purple.
And asleep. Weird.
Tactical crouching coming in from Barberton supports.
Trying to, block for the sleeping hero in case there's any follow-up, but I think they were just doing that to slow the advance of the Purple Menace. Monkey coming in the back line, but they're alone, so Barberton's just simply going to make that monkey an endangered species. Pushing forward here. Looks like Barberton wants to head left and then up the stairs perhaps here. Looks like the general plan. Oops, Saber a little out of position here. She's coming back with the rest of the team as Barberton's DPS take the high ground up here. Looks like Gnome has to drop. Trading with this Zarya. Brawling it out. Ice Wall coming down again. That famous split. But it looks like they're not going to get the value that they had before on Shaker Heights out of that. Barberton too quick for that. Gnome gets a pick, but we trade supports here with the Mei. Battling it out. Looks like Barberton's starting to get picked here. They need to get out of here. Not a bad idea. Can Mango walk this one off? Probably not. Better just to take the death and reset.
Absolutely.
Good strategy for them in that moment to go for the top, but brawling it out looks like they just lost a few too many of the picks. Maybe that split sowed a little too much chaos in their ranks. I think that now they're just going to try to get a pick and just push in as best as they can, as they've got a much more tanky composition here. Fighting it out with the monkey. This time they do push up to try to assist their ape friend.
High noon.
Big high noon coming out from Gnome.
Very high noon.
Wiping out 3 of the enemy heroes. They're going to push in on this hands down, no question. Barberton moving in. Pineapple taking the first spot here. Getting picked, but also trading, or at least setting up the trade with the enemy healer. Now they just simply need to hold this point and eliminate any threats as they trickle in. Can they do that, though? As they lose one. Beautiful sleep coming down. Still brawling out a little bit longer. Ooh, big purple coming out. Nice lamp. We're seeing a lot of great lamps today from Mango. I think that she's really been amping up her Baptiste game lately, and it really shows. Nano coming out to try to close out this fight. Barberton capping as Sleepless goes to push the last little bit here. Yi getting the finish off on the Great Ape. Tracer trying to get out. Are they going to be able to walk it off? Looks like they might be able to. Ooh, they're actually sticking around in the corner. Taking some duels. Looks like our own Hunter Adair going for the duel with them. Gets the cleanup kill. I don't know if it was a duel so much as a hunt.
The most dangerous game. Shaker Heights is taking the high ground primarily here.
They're getting ready to drop. Barberton knows they're up there, I think. The monkey goes first, but no follow-up from his team. It looks like once again they're getting the Harambe treatment.
Ooh.
Bomb comes out, but Gnome lives through that? That's crazy. Can't believe that Tracer Bomb did not go up. Oh, it looks like Mango drops down the lamp to save her ally. Great play. That's some fast
Once again,
Baptiste
noon.
fingers. Try to go for the pole on them.
No escape from the May.
No.
Or, sorry, from the Orisa.
Well, the May could not escape the Orisa there. It was the
Absolutely.
good play. Purpled out on the Orisa. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep her alive there. Nice try from Mango to keep them up. Instead, it just becomes a pretty lamp for the funeral of Orisa. Trading out here. Monkey goes down again. Gnome getting some big plays here. Looks like Barberton, unless Shaker can get back in the zone here, Barberton should be able to push this up. It's all who can get the picks here. Hunter Adair going for a quick relocate back out of there. Or retrace. I can't recall the name of the ability. Oh no, looks like Sleepless is going down. Lamp coming out again for value. But that ice wall is making a frozen prison for our tank. Gnome getting value, taking down one of the supports. One takedown for Barberton, support down for that. Gnome, again, making the plays. Orisa finishing everyone off. They're leaving the Ice Princess for the final boss here, and she goes down quickly as Barberton moves on to get the second point. Got a lot of time left on the clock. Can they get this final point and force it to another round? Gnome up pretty far here. Same thing with Pineapple. Pineapple a little bit more mobility than the Kree on this, though. Battling it out. Big shatter, big purple, but unfortunately a big beat. Trading back and forth. Fighting it out. Monkey goes down, but so does the support and the DPS on Barberton. Looks like they need to scurry back. Anything that happens now is just going to be causing them to be staggered more and more. They really need to go full reset instead of brawling it out here. Just take a step back into spawn and wait a moment. Shaker Heights really putting on the pressure here. And Shaker Heights also has a pretty impressive ult economy waiting for Barberton. If they're wise, they'll hold it, but we can only hope that they get a little overexcited and begin throwing their ultimates prematurely here. Tracer getting value again. Can they finish her off? No. She walks away again. Nano on the Rhine to push in here, going for the fights. Swinging away, trying to get some value. Gnome once again getting another pick. Takes down his support.
2 picks.
Can we make it 3? No, looks like he's gonna walk it away. May gets a pick on Gnome. Looks like oh no, they all turned for the May, but they need to keep at least one on the cart. Okay, good. They noticed that they weren't getting any cart time and realized their mistake and pushed it up. The May is still back there. Oh, blocked. Shatter double blocks, really. We had the bubble and the monkey shield down.
30 seconds for Barberton.
It's going to be a tough one. I don't know if they'll be able to put the thing... good try going to save Yi there. But on that low ground, he wasn't able to get back in time or die fast enough. Unfortunately, it's going to stagger Barberton just a little bit here. Can they get to that point? They've got 15 seconds. Grab coming out.
Grab.
Looks like they're throwing everything they can from Shaker to try to keep Barberton back. Sleepless trying to fly in to get some cart time, but Shaker might not realize it. Hunter Adair is on the cart.
Amazing! Oh my god! Oh,
they're brawling out. Oh, they sent someone back to deal with him. Can he survive? He's got to keep touching. We can watch the rest of the fight right now, but really what matters is what's happening on this cart, and unfortunately it looks like Barberton is not going to be able to get anybody else there in time. Good try with the sneaky play back there. They knew they weren't going to be able to brawl it all the way through in time, so they got that extra bit of time on the cart, pushing it up, but unfortunately were not able to score the final point needed to force it into extra rounds. Now with that, Barberton has lost 3 maps, and that means, unfortunately, a second week of 0 and 3 for Barberton High School. However, I would say that the Overwatch team looks like a brand new team compared to what we saw in the first match of the season. This match against Shaker Heights, who just absolutely destroyed them in the fall season, now had to fight and battle it out for every single point, every single tick, every single second on the clock. I think that this was such a great showing from Barberton here on this, and I'm very proud of how well the team did today. I know we don't have a win on the scoreboard, but I believe that the progress we've seen from match 1 to match 2 here is going to result in a lot of wins for the remainder of the season. At least that's what we hope. Is there anything else that you'd like to say or add or see from that map, Ethan, before we say goodbye to the Barberton fans watching with us today?
That was an absolutely fantastic map. There were a lot of good pushes from the tanks. A lot of good, really, from both sides, really, a lot of good high ground takes, a lot of good lanes, specifically from Barberton's back piece. A lot of good plays overall. Honestly, I believe they very well could have gotten it.
Yeah, last week it was definitely much more the match from last week being Worthington-Kilbourne. That match, it definitely was Worthington's to win. I don't think Barberton, in the state they were in last week, would have been able to take that game. However, this week, I think it could have gone either direction, and I think that should these two teams meet again this season, that Barberton will be able to bring a victory back to B-Town. With that, I've been Coach Kane, and then Assistant Coach Ethan has been helping out as well. And we will catch you guys for the next game, and I hope that you have enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.